Joined with gaffers Mike McDonald, Stephen Fawcett today, down back at the Fulton Complex. We're home to Wolviston in the Monkwearmouth Cup. Mike, what are your thoughts heading into today's game?
It's going to be a tough game, that's for sure. Wolviston have just arrived, they've got plenty of numbers, so you know they've come with intent to go away to be in the next round of the cup. So we'll have to be at it. I think we need to improve a bit from Wednesday. But it's going to be a tough game. Never an easy one against Wolviston. They always travel well, seem to travel well anyway, and they're a good side. And they'll be up and knocking about top end of the league, no doubt, as the season progresses. So it's going to be a tough game. We'll have to be at it. There's no bones about it.
Yeah, Stephen, what do you think the key areas you've got to improve on from the midweek win against Richmond?
I think there's been a little bit of a theme with the last few of our games in terms of what we do out of possession. You know, the sort of what's got us through games lately has been kind of our quality with the ball. I think we can be a little bit better, like I say, out of possession in terms of getting tighter earlier. There's never really an issue with work rate with the lads. You know, they always put a shift in, but I think sometimes things like starting positions and just being a bit more alert on the front foot. You know, when you're perhaps not in the thick of the game, but just anticipating when that time might come. So I think it'll be those types of things, and we'll have to be at it today, like Mike says, because Wolviston have a lot of quality. Some really good players that can change a game really quickly. So we can't be giving anybody any space.
Yeah, Mike, with this being a cup game, does it give you the opportunity to change some things, and especially doing it against such a quality opposition?
Well, I think we would like to look at it like that, but the reality is that we can't, because you know just our squad's numbers we're not flush, unfortunately. So a lot of it's just more of the same really. You know, we've got a couple of lads missing today because obviously the close family's wedding and things like that. So you know, we have to make a couple of changes in the squad because of that. But no, we would be open to that more if we had a bigger squad. But unfortunately, that's not the reality. We've got what we have, and we'll go with that. And what we've got is good enough. There's no doubt in that. Right, we can just put that onto the pitch. You know, and get out of it, get the maximum out of it. We'll be all right. But like I say, it'll be tough. So, yeah.
Yeah, Stephen. Finally, just to cap it off, how good do you think the cup run would be this season for the club? It could, you never know, could potentially get all the way to the final.
I think it could be great. Yeah, I mean, I think as a club we've got history with this competition. You know, from years ago. We had some sort of decent efforts in the cups last year. You know, we fell short. I think quarterfinals in two of them. And you know, came really close. Just missed out in a couple of those games. And it's another way of kind of prolonging your season a little bit. You know, obviously getting through the cups, it's more games and stuff like that. So we'll just take each one as it comes. We've got through the previous cup with beating South Miller. So you know, we're in the hat for the next round on that one. And then obviously today we start another. You're only kind of, I think, you're 3 wins away from the final. You know, so we've just got to approach each one almost like a final, if you know what I mean. And you know, this is another good opportunity today to do that.
Yeah, best of luck for today, gents.
Cheers, man.
Alright, so joined with Andrew Begbie and Ryan Byrne. Cup game today, Monkwearmouth Cup, I'll say. I'd probably say back in. At home to Wolviston. First round of the cup. We'll start with you, Ryan. Does anything change from last game, seeing as though this is a cup game?
No, nothing really. Obviously we just try to build on the Richmond game on Tuesday and the first 5-6 games that we've played already. Take each game as it comes. I mean, there's a few new faces in the day, but I think the message is still the same from the gaffer, to go out and graft and try and keep on doing what we've been doing already.
Yeah, absolutely. Good to you, Begbie. Is a cup run a good way to rest players, or is it a good run to maybe cement what you're trying to do? Or do you think that you take every game just as it comes?
I think as a player, you're definitely playing every game that you can, especially when you're on such a good run of form at the start of the season like we've been. I think sometimes you won't want to disrupt that momentum and keep that going, but also if there's players that haven't been getting any minutes or are on the fringe, it's a good time to get them some match fitness at the same time.
Absolutely, all the best today, Jones.
Cheers.
Okay, join with Jack after Stephen and Mike after today's 2-1 home win in the Monkwearmouth Cup first round against Wolviston. Mike, do you want to sum that one up for us, please?
Oh well, I felt like it's Groundhog Day again. With the Richmond game, we were upside down again. Really good first half, felt we were well in control. Asked the lads just basically to control the game. That went out the window. It just hard in your mouth stuff at times. And fair play to Wolviston, they made a real good fist of it second half. It's really hard to, it's going to take some processing I think in my head, but yeah, it was tough, and it's what we said it was, but we made it even tougher I think second half than what we needed to. So, but just pleased to be in the hat for the next round.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, as Mike said, it seemed a bit tough in that second half. Was that down to the players not following orders, or was that down to just Wolviston stepping it up again?
I think a little bit of both, but I think more us not doing the things that we've done well in the first half. You know, we couldn't really give the lads any more credit at half time because we'd done literally everything that we needed to do. We were hurting them, we were winning the midfield battle, particularly back line, we were marshalling that really well. We were hurting them out wide, all the things, you know, that we aimed to do. And then the second half, you know, we asked for them to sort of do more of the same but manage the game. You know, we didn't need to go out all guns blazing and try and score 3 goals in the first 10 minutes, but we stopped passing the ball well, we stopped nicking the tackles, you know, and then they had 2 great chances before they scored, and it was on the cards, you know, like Mike says, credit to them for getting back into the game. And then, you know, all it takes is a sort of a tackle in the box that they've deemed to be a penalty, and then you're relying on a penalty save. Studs, you know, seems to have done that so many times for us already this season. It's unbelievable really, the way that he's able to do that. So yeah, you know, you get very much cliche about game of 2 halves, but you know, we're in the next round, and that's all you can ask for really.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got to mention that the Windscale goalkeepers do love penalties, especially penalty saves. Myself, Studs, and Dolan included. Mike, a word on. Obviously, we've lost Kieran Fraser today through injury, but a word on young Lewis Selkirk, 17 years old, come from the reserves, sat on the bench today, came on, took his chances and helped the lads to a win.
Yeah, Lewis, you know, he's 17-year-old, he's just a young lad, but you can see how keen he is. You know, he'll run, he'll do all that. And I love the fact that we can get the point across to him, and he does it for us. He's been dead patient. He's come on the bus with us. And got barely any minutes, you know, even at home he's barely got many minutes today. He was called upon, you know, probably earlier than we would have liked, but he's come on and he's done really, really well, and he should be proud of his efforts, and the lads are proud of him. You know, they'll make of him, and they'll get their arms around him, and you know, and he deserves that. He deserves that. He's got a good attitude. He's a good kid, and he's got some ability as well. So you know, it's all going for him, and I'm very envious of him. I wish I was 17 and obviously coming into that, but yeah, he's done really good today. He's done really well, and it's bright for him. Yeah, it's bright.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Stephen, to wrap it up, we're looking ahead now to a midweek game travelling away on a Wednesday night to Norton, who are in a really, really good form at the minute. So, how would you feel approaching that one?
It's going to be really tough. I mean, it'd be really tough anyway, based on the way that they've started, you know, the teams that they've took points off already. It's a really good setup over there, so it's a place that you can go and play your football, but doing it midweek, obviously with the injuries we've picked up today, it's going to be tight on numbers, so we'll have to have a think about that probably from tomorrow onwards in terms of, you know, what the numbers are looking like. But same message really, you know, confident that whatever numbers we take over there, they'll be really good. Just sometimes, you know, you need to refresh, whether that's, you know, after an hour, 70 minutes, 80 minutes, and if your options are limited to do that, it just makes the task so much harder against a, you know, a really good side, especially. So we'll have to see, but you know, we'll get today done, and then we'll assess where we're at for Wednesday.
Absolutely. Best luck, gents.
Cheers, mate.